Boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm For Classic and welcome to BenchART. So for today, what I do have it in here, it is the Suicide of Rachel Foster. This game, it is developed by a new team of developers. It is an indie game which is developed by the 101 Games, and the only game they have aside from this one, it's just a ping pong VR game. So they decided to create this walking simulator game, which have very nice graphics built in using Unreal Engine 4. So pretty much the only place where you will be playing this walking simulator, it will be pretty much inside an hotel, with a very large story, which I will explain a little bit more carefully throughout the video. But for now, what I want to really show you in here, it is the settings that I'm actually playing in the game, and unfortunately that is not really a strong point, since you can only select resolution, VSync or full screen, and you can select quality between low, medium, high or epic. There is no personalization, or there is no way to create a custom graphical setting. You are just going to be forced to stick up with that. So I decided to enable VSync since the game it is locked to 60 frames per second, and I'm using high settings because the epic setting it is just way too demanding, and if you set the game to epic, what you get it is pretty much an experience around 20 frames per second, which is not really good. I'm also at the recommended settings, and since it recommends a GTX 1060 and the GTX 1650 Super, it is pretty much a GTX 1060. So I've tested the game with 3 different resolutions and 3 different settings. So at 4K median settings, I got an experience between the 30s and 60 frames per second, which for the type of game that it is, which is a walking simulator, it is more than enough. Going with 1440p and still using, the median settings, I got a locked 60 frames per second with no issues whatsoever. And at 1080p, I was able to get to 60 frames per second with the high settings. Like I said, if you go with epic, what you get it is pretty much 20 frames per second. Although, despite the median settings at 4K and 1440p are nice, the lack of anti-aliasing even at 4K, it is quite noticeable, the jaggies, which makes the game to be much better at 1080p at high settings than 4K at median settings. So, but what about the game? What is this walking simulator? There is a lot of walking simulators on Steam which you can try, but this game it is more into the Firewatch, as you can talk to other person on a phone of what is happening, and you can give your own response to that person that you are talking. So yeah, you get that vibe of Firewatch, but into a more serious situation and with much better graphics. But it also mixes up a little bit of what remains of Eden Finch. So it's a mix between both of the games, but according to Steam reviews, it seems that it doesn't really nail it. It is an experience which you can play throughout 3 to 4 hours, so it's not a big game, and they say that the pace it is a little bit broken. But overall people are satisfied, but they admit that it is worse than either Firewatch or What Remains of Eden Finch, which is quite, quite bad. Although the game it has a very good voice acting, the graphics are simply amazing, and Unreal Engine 4 was used at the beginning to reproduce hotel rooms and houses, and it seems that these guys recognized that by creating a full hotel with great textures over here, which makes the game to look really good in my opinion. Also the sound, it is amazing, the atmosphere, all the wind and snow going on, the storm, it is really good. If you put some headphones, this game have binaural audio, so it is strikingly amazing. You really feel immersed into the game, but apart from that, you just get some puzzles, and it is focus on the story, and like I said, you can finish the game very easily in 3 hours, so it is a small experience. You can get the game from Steam for $16.99, so it is not very expensive, but keep in mind that, like I said, this is a 3-hour experience, and it is something that you start, you finish, and you will never play it again, so it is up to you. But I would recommend you to get this game on a sale, on a humble monthly, unless you really want to engage into this game. Alright guys, so I think that's all that I want to talk about the Suicide of Rachel Foster. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
everything's here exactly the same as when me and Mom left 10 years ago. It's so... Doesn't matter. Quick tour, nothing more, Nicole.
Victims in the last 3 days. The snow plows are ready, but we're waiting for the intensity of the snowfall to... There will be possible blackouts in the more isolated areas. Make sure your generators are in good condition with stockpiles of fuel. Instructions: refrain from going outside unless isolated return home.
This is the manager's key my mom wouldn't give me when I was little. I'll need a master key for the guest rooms, though. What is this, a joke? Hello?
Can you hear me? Is this Miss McGrath?
Wilson. McGrath was my father's.
This is Helena Federal Emergency Management Agency. My name is Irving Crawford. Mr. Jenkins told me you'd be arriving.
Mr. Jenkins is a very enterprising man.
Oh, I guess so. I wouldn't know.
I'm kidding.
Oh, right.
Any reason for your call, Irving from Federal... whatchamacallit?
I'm calling to assist you during your stay at the hotel.
What?
The timberline is old but sturdy. You'll enjoy your stay, and be safe, no problem. The furnace, wiring, it's all under control.
Oh, okay, enough.
What?
I don't know what Jenkins told you, but I have zero intention of staying here longer than, let's say, 20 minutes.
Oh. But the storm.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm leaving straight away.
Maybe you're not aware.
Thanks for everything. Irving, right?
Irving. Yeah. You...
Bye. This place is a real mess. Never thought to find anything like that.
Hello?
Hey, you still there, Irving?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I'm still here, Miss McGrath. I mean, Miss Wilson.
When you said this shack was sturdy...
Oh, that's what I was trying to tell you before. Around these parts, the weather...
How much time do I have to move?
The snow piles up pretty quick, and some parts over 3,000 feet are already icing over.
I gotta risk it.
You're not thinking of taking the car?
Yeah?
Nicole, listen. If your car breaks down, we can't come get you. Not even with tanks.
Whatever happened to Miss Wilson?
Sorry about that. I just...
Nicole is fine. That said, thanks for everything. Again. Thanks.
Seriously, if you ended up out there with your car gone dead, with 12 inches of snow and 20 degrees below zero, your lungs would collapse in a few minutes.
I remember how things work in the mountains. Luck doesn't exist.
As a FEMA agent, I have to insist...
You know, you're not the first man.
To do what?
To try and stop me.
Hey, wait!
Bye. What can go wrong? I have a 1986 Dodge. I won't stay here a minute more. No way. The attorney, he'll take care of everything. Fuck all this.
Tell me you changed your mind.
You there?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, right. It's a direct line.
I can't find my car keys. My fucking car keys. I left them on the seat.
You sure?
Think so? Maybe someone...
No. Listen. This office is about 12 miles from the hotel as the crow flies. It's 40 miles by road. There's nothing or no one in between, and that's not a good thing right now.
God damn it, I knew it.
Oh, maybe the keys are in your pocket.
Wow, that didn't even cross my mind.
Only trying to help.
Yeah, that was kinda bitchy.
No problem. The keys will turn up. The good news is that we have these new cell phones. That's what they call them. Radio doesn't reach out there. I bypass the signal to create a direct line through a shortwave sequencer. It's like a two-way radio station that's always open.
Oh, this place. I vowed to never come back.
Listen, I might only be a voice, but remember I'm here for you. If you need me, just call. Seriously.
Ugh, fine.